Students of English Literature, today in this lecture 2 English version lecture, our topic is short story number 3, The Lost Child, written by Mulkuraj Anand. In lecture 1, students, you came to know the synopsis and about the writer. Now let's begin with paragraph of this story. Students, this story is about a very lively and active and a boy who is full of imagination, who is very curious. He is going to the fair with his parents. Actually, it was the festival of spring, and there was a fair in a village. And from their wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged gaily clad humanity. People were going happily from through the narrow paths of the fields. They were going just like a swarm of bright colored rabbits issuing from warren, means they were going just as the rabbits were coming out of their holes, and they were moving in the same direction. The sun was so shiny, and it seemed that the fields were full of silver and sparkling colors, and the people were going to join that. The people were going to the fair. Some of them were going on foot, some of them were going on horses, some sat on the bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his parents' legs, full of joy, with life and laughter. He was extremely happy. The morning was extremely full of pleasure. People were ecstatic, they were feeling enthusiastic, and they were and this bright shining morning was giving everybody a greeting and invitations to the people who were coming in the way. And the fields were full of flowers and songs of the natural sounds. Meanwhile, the child listened a dialogue, "Come, child, come," called his parents as he lagged behind, arrested by the toys in the shop that lined the way. Mean to say, the child was going to the fair, but when he saw toys being sold in the way, he was attracted to the toys and he began to watch them intently. He was very curious to buy them. He wanted to possess them. But the instruction of the parents given to him was, "Come, child, come, don't stop there." He hurried his parents, his feet obedient to their call. He was very obedient to his parents and he began to follow his parents. His eyes, but still attached, still attracted to the toys which were going away from him. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, when the child was left behind, the parents waited for him to wait till he reached there. He could not suppress his desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. "I want that toy," he pleaded. The boy requested that, "I want that toy that was being sold there," but his father looked him with red eyes in a familiar, cruel way. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day and tender, giving him her finger to catch. His mother, the mother of the child, was full of enthusiasm because she was going to the fair and she was not feeling the feelings of the child. But even then, she gave her finger to the child, and the child held that finger and started going with her. Mother instructed, "Look, child, before you." It was instructed before the child was attracted to the toys and he was looking behind him. The faint disgust of child's unfulfilled desire had hardly been turned into the heavy sobs of weeping. He was trying to say, "Mother," when the pleasure of that they had worked so for. But the parents were full of pleasure and they were not ready to listen to him. It wended its weary way circuitously to the north, and they were moving on the way that leads to the north, and that was in the circular motion. They had come upon the footpath in the field. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold as it swept across miles and miles even land. Students, these parents were going to the fair, and in the way they were passing so many things. and now they were going through the mustard field. The description of mustard field has given here, and it is a very important part for an answer. You will be given a question, describe mustard field. The way the fields were full of mustard fields, they were pale in color like melting gold, which was spread across miles and miles on even land. The river of yellow liquid it appeared, and the leaves of these mustard were rising and falling, that can be say ebbing and falling with each fresh gust of the wind, and straying in place into broad rich tributary streams, yet running in a constant sunny sweep towards the distant mirage of the ocean of silver light. It means when there were the gusts of wind, the leaves of mustard began to turn to and fro, and it seems that waters from so many directions were coming and mixing in the mid of that ocean. Where it ended, on one side stood cluster of a low mud-walled houses. That was the description. Where this yellow ocean ends, there were the huts and cow dung and dust-made houses, thrown into relief by dense crowd of yellow-robed men and women, from which arose a high-pitched sequence of whistling, cracking, sequencing, roaring, arose a high-pitched tone. Humming noise sweeping across the grove's blue-throated sky like weird, strange sound of Shiva's made laughter. Students, when the people were going to the forest, there was a mixed sound being created among them, and it was mingling, it was getting mixed with the air, and it appeared as it was the sound of Shiva's laughter. Shiva's laughter, as Shiva was in a very ecstatic and excited and enthusiastic mood. The child looked up his father and his mother with saturated with shrill and joy, wonder of the vast glory. When the child saw all this, he was full of joy, and he was feeling wonderful, and feeling that they too wore the evidence of that pure delight in their faces. Not only the child but also the parents were full of emotions, were full of enjoyment of that scene. He fell on the footpath and started going ahead into the field. He was taking jumps like a young baby of the horse. His small feet were teeming with the peaceful gusts of wind that came rich with fragrance of more distant fields. Students, his feet were disturbed because of the heavy gust of the fields. He was not able to walk in a steady way. He was unsteady while running and walking. Students, I hope you have gone through this lecture very well, and you will be able to find the same lecture in Hindi version. So please, to listen and understand these lectures in Hindi version, keep on watching RSC classes of English language. Please like, share and subscribe our channel RSC classes of English language. Students, you can comment in the comment box if you have any query. We'll take care of your problems and will try to solve properly. Thanks.